Hi there, Releasefire here. So Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC Remind will be out next week. It's the 23rd of January 2020, and I just wanted to talk you through some of the preparations that you might want to do ahead of that coming out if you're planning on picking up the DLC. As ever, hopefully the video is going to help you out. If it does, drop me a like below, and if you haven't played this game yet, I definitely recommend it. But for everybody else that has played the game, here are the details for the DLC. So it comes with an additional story which is entitled Remind. It gives you a limit cut episode and 13 boss fights, a secret episode and secret boss battle, data greeting feature, slideshow feature, and the premium menu, which is diverse difficulty settings and gameplay challenges. So there's quite a lot packed into the DLC itself. And then in terms of where the actual DLC is set, it comes towards the end of the action in Kingdom Hearts 3. So if you haven't already completed the majority of Kingdom Hearts 3 and got to the Keyblade Graveyard yet, then you probably don't want to start this DLC until you get to that point. And you can check out my full walkthrough and guide for the game with a link above to help you to catch up. So that's what's included covered. So then the game itself will release on the 23rd. But if you're wondering what time you'll be able to play, it is 12 AM Eastern Time in the US, which is 9 PM on the 22nd Pacific Time, and then 5 AM in the morning if you're playing in the UK. But in addition to pre-ordering the game, there are plenty of other things that you can do in the game now to prepare for the arrival of the DLC Remind. And the first of these is just getting back into the game. The game came out around about a year ago, so it's a good idea to get back in there and familiarize yourself with all the different controls, the world map, how you kind of exit kingdoms, how you check character customizations and equipment and abilities. All these things will get you back into the swing of things in terms of Kingdom Hearts 3 for when the DLC gets here. And then once you've checked all of those things out, it's a good idea to head on over to the world map and drop yourself into one of the worlds itself, so you can choose where you want to land quite easily, and then start to get yourself back into playing the game itself and fighting people. Refamiliarize yourself with things like the shot lock and getting in hits, battle tactics, how you actually block, how you roll, how you stay out of trouble, how you use all the specials, and then you're on to the end game stuff. If you haven't completed all of the end game stuff, it's a good idea to do that now because it will help you out in terms of taking on Remind. And the most important of these are the battle gates. There are 14 battle gates in total spread across all the different kingdoms in Kingdom Hearts 3, so you just need to head on into them and search around them to be able to find them. I've done another video on the locations for all of those, so I should be publishing that soon. Drop me a comment below if you want to see that. And you can check how well you're doing in terms of those synthesis items by heading on over to the shop, which you can see easily from the screen where you get to move around and choose an area from the save point, and that will bring you to the workshop. And then once you're in the workshop, you want to head on down to the collector's goals, because one of the goals is going to unlock the Ultimate Keyblade, which is the best Keyblade in the game. So if you haven't got it already, it's definitely worth getting. You need to obtain 58 different synthesis materials. So I've got around about 52, I think. I need 55 and then 58, and that will unlock certain things. But you can see when you get 58, you unlock the Ultimate Weapon, and that is the best Keyblade in the game. So it's definitely worth doing in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC Remind, because it'll just help you take on all those boss fights a little bit better once you've got this Keyblade. Now in terms of collecting all of the synthesis items, you'll kind of do the majority of them as you're progressing towards the end of the game. So you'll be able to pick up 50, 52, close to where I was, by just progressing in the game. And then the rest of the synthesis items you should be able to pick up once you complete all of the battle gates, which is why I highlighted the battle gates a little bit earlier, and why I'm planning to publish this new video on where to find all the battle gates. Now, if you're still stuck on the odd one or two items, you can come into your item list and look for any items that doesn't have all 4 different variants: stone, gem, shard, and crystal. And that should get you well on your way to getting the Ultimate Weapon for Remind. And then in terms of other things that you might want to do, buying a good stock of potions and everything else that you might need in terms of items before starting that off might come in handy, but it's hard to know how it's going to segue into the new DLC, so it might be wasted activity, but hey, it's good to have a good stock of items nonetheless. And then you'll be able to apply them to any characters that you get to play in Remind. And then finally, you might want to head on into the Forge and upgrade any of the Keyblades that you haven't done already that you really want to try out in the new DLC. And that's it. That's my preparations for Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC Remind. Like I said earlier, hopefully the video helps you out. If it does, drop me a like below. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already with the links on the left-hand side, and hit that bell button if you want to get notifications for all of my videos as they come out. You can see the rest of my guide to Kingdom Hearts 3 with the links on the right-hand side. Leave any comments below and I will catch you next time.